Hi guys, I'm back again, and in this video I'm going to talk about cold fronts, stationary fronts, and the jet stream. Okay, so we've already talked about warm fronts. Cold fronts, with this, you have a mass of cold air, right? And as we know from convection, right, warm air rises, but cold air is very dense, right? And because it is so dense, it sinks. And so whenever we have cold air come in, it is low to the ground, right? It is pushing in. And the thing is, it's like this bulldozer. It's just barreling in, right? Bulldozing that warm air out of the way. And whenever it does that, it pushes that warm air up, which of course forms clouds, right? And rain because the warm air is rising. But this cold air moves fast, okay? Unlike the warm air. Remember, the warm air was lazy, but this cold air comes in quick. And when it comes in quick, it pushes that warm air up. And the faster it comes in, the faster that warm air rises because of it, the more intense storms we get. So we're going to have thunder and lightning, right? We're going to have lots of rain. We're going to have tornadoes that come with a cold front. Okay, after these intense storms, that's whenever the skies clear out and the temperatures are cooler. Okay, so remember, your cold fronts, they come in fast, right? That's where you have your, very intense weather. All right. If you look at the top right, you can see the cold front symbol. It is blue and it's got these triangles. Now, it's important that you guys do not focus on the color, because if we print out a map and it is black and white, you're not going to see the color. So you really need to focus on the shape. These triangles right here, they remind me of icicles, okay? And icicles only happen when it's cold, right? Icicles happen when it's cold. And so every time I look at this symbol, I just remember that, hey, it's icicles, it's got to be cold. And then I'll remember that it's a cold front. Now, just like with the warm front, depending on what side the symbol is on, okay, that's going to tell you which direction it's moving. Okay, we all know cold comes from the north, so it's probably going to be moving south, but you need to focus on what side those icicles are on, and it is pointing in the direction that it is moving. Okay, so it is like this one right here would be moving to the southeast. Okay, let's see, let's continue. This next one here, a stationary front, check out that symbol right there at the top right. You have a cold front on one side and you have a warm front on the other side. But what happens with a stationary front, it's like a stationary bike, right? A stationary bike is just like an exercise bicycle. You can turn your wheels and keep pedaling and pedaling and pedaling, but you're not going anywhere, right? You're stationary, you're still, you're not moving. And so what happens is we've got cold air on one side and warm air on the other side, and neither one of them are powerful enough to move the other. And so it just kind of stays there. They're just stuck. It's like a stalemate. This can take place for days, okay? And that's very important for you guys to know. The cold front and the warm front, they'll come in and they'll just kind of push through. But whenever we have a stationary front, it can just stay there for days, all right? Right where they meet, you're going to have clouds and rain, just like you see in the image. But if you go to one side, it'll be cooler. And if you go to the other side, it will be warmer. It's kind of weird. Okay, so that is a stationary front. And again, it can stay in place for days. All right, the last part. Oh, let me look at this picture right here. I really like it because it gives a very clear view. You can see on the ground the cold front symbol, which you guys know that doesn't happen in real life, right? This is just a model, but you can see which way that cold air is coming in. You can see how dense it is. It's close to the ground. It's pushing up that warm air. And because it's pushing it up so quickly, which you can tell, right, by these storms, it's very intense, right? We've got lightning and rain. But right here, I think that this is a really good image for you to understand the whole concept. Okay, the last part here is the jet stream. So you guys know all about high pressure and low pressure and cold and warm and stationary fronts. The jet stream is going to tell you how they move. So a